Yes, everyone. Good evening. And so Tuesday night, well, we are going to Brazil this week for the F2 of CDR. Evening Toby straight away in there. Hope everyone's having a good week and that. Weather's taken a slight turn for the worse. Bit of rain here compared to the 30-degree heat we had on Saturday. How is everyone getting on anyway? As season, well, I'm going to call this season one of the F2 because I wasn't there for the. It's not been on the. It's not been on the agenda for a couple of years. Evening, pint size. Good evening, lad. How are we doing? Yeah, so this is season one of, for me, of the F2. Round 4 takes us to Brazil. Last 3 evening clay. Last 3 races, we've had 3 different winners. Evening mechanical. Yeah, 3 different winners for the last 3 races. Are we going to have a 4 out of 4 tonight? I heard a few people say Richie is very quick round here, so that's one guy to watch out for. Had a podium, I think, in round 2. Can he turn that into a race win tonight? We had 3 brand new podium sitters last week in Harvey, Chip, and Luke. So can they repeat that tonight? We will soon find out. Mechanical saying it won't be him. Never count yourself out, mate. Anything can happen. I think it's it is my favourite track, Brazil, to be fair. So I'm kind of gutted that I'm not racing. I'd rather race the F1 cars round here, to be fair. But absolutely top track. Harvey saying no. Yeah, everyone can hear me. For some reason, it didn't ask me if I wanted to share the party chat in the stream, so I weren't too sure if I'd be speaking to myself for the first few minutes or not. I might adopt something that Curly has brought up. No one tell me the weather. I think if you don't know, I'm not waiting for it. Not going to see who's going to do what. It is going to be completely random, so we'll have no spoilers from now on. Curly, I hate that. Stevie Wonder. That was my first race in CDR. Just because of my name. Not too bad, Curly, though. Heard your comms the other day. Not too bad, mate. Keep it going. Need you to teach me a few things on the YouTube side, to be fair, as the guys are now readying up to get round 4 underway. We've had Northern Nat on pole every time up to now. Is someone going to take that pole off him this evening? Let's see. Let's see, indeed. Obviously, same as usual, one shot quality. Makes it a bit more even, as it is a bit of a mixed race. There's different tiers. One shot quality would make it a bit fairer. Same guys probably wouldn't be going out with quality every week, just over raw pace. So one shot does make it it's quite a sensible call there from the admin, to be fair. I hadn't thought about it in that way until I asked the question. Looks a nice bright evening there in Brazil. Lovely weather to get that quality lap in. In the F1 cars, you're looking at 108, 109. See what we're going to get in the F2s. Don't think we'll see as many track invalidations on this lap, unless turn 1 and 2 is the main point of that, I think. Other than that, not many places to invalidate. Turn 3, possibly turn 4, on the exit of 4, running wide. Other than that, should be keeping it within the white lines. As we've got 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Let's go underway. So we're going to be on board with tonight. loud. As we'll go on with Fulton and Dave for his one-shot qualifying lap. Everyone on the soft compound tyres. That's very loud, that. Mechanical retired from session. That must have been a turn 1-2 incident there, if not crashing out. I will adjust that volume in a sec, boys. Just it sounds very loud on board. Takes it up to turn 5. Turn 2 invalidation for mechanical is saying can make or break lap, then set of corners. Downhill braking does make it hard. I think that is the best sequence of corners on the F1 calendar, to be fair. Turn 1, 2, Brazil. Turn 3, get the DRS open. As Fulton Dave is just coming around the final corner to make it onto the somewhat semi-curved straight. Foot to the floor. No ERS to help him. Just the back from the engine. Bit of DRS roundabout now. Takes the shortest distance to the line. Richie does take pole for the moment as Fulton Dave takes P11 with a 1:18.1. But Richie has just taken that from where with less than a tenth of a second. Wow. Tell you what, the pole times haven't been separated by much this season. Tenth of a second each round, as it was just under 2 tenths. Top 3 separated by half a second there. Yeah, well, top 10 separated just by 8 tenths. Not too bad at all. P11, yes, Fulton Dave puts it P11 just in front of Airways. And Curly, no Fantangle, P14, Wab, Kane, and CV Gold, 15th, 16th, 17th. Only Mechanical, Harvey and Chip, 2 of last week's podium sitters invalidating the laps there. Starting from the back. Let's see if they can make their way through the grid. Another bright session in what's that boy? Just turning it down. Yep, so looks like a full dry up to now. Not a cloud in the sky at the minute. So lads just tweak tyre pressures. That's the only thing you can change up in the F2. Not too sure what tyres the guys have been allocated for the 2 races. I've not had time to get on and double check. Don't think anyone will be mandatory pit stop in the sprint, so it'll be a dull stop straight to the finish. See what tyres it gives the guys, see if we can hold on to them for the longest. Yeah, so as I said, three different winners in the first 3 rounds. So that keeps the championship wide open. Let's just take a quick look at the standings. Northern Nat is just 3 points ahead of Wookie, who is not at a podium yet, I don't think, but is keeping them consistent points as the guys start the formation lap. Just 4 points behind second place is Richie in P3, just on 55. 1 point behind him is Toby in P4. So really, top 5 are only separated by 14 points at the moment. And we got you got Nerfcrack and Harold both on 45, 45 points. Rapid, who has been a race winner, who was Rapid in round 1 in the wet. I think he missed last week's race anyway, so that's dropped him down slightly. So you got Clay, Luckman and Airways all separated by 3 points as well, so this midfield battle is one to watch out for. Even CV Gold, Mechanical and Kane could be entering that bracket there with the midfield, only 13 points separating them lot. Just on 12 as well. Curlew's joined the league late as the championship winner of last season, JJ, drops out this season. So Curlew is in P18 on 10 points. Carl and Dave joined 19th really on 7 points apiece. As Toby takes his marks. Hey, for some reason it's kept me from the lobby, boys, so excuse me for a moment while I just get back in a second. I don't know, it's not stopped the stream, thank God, so. Sorry about that, boys, completely missed the best bit, turn 1 and 2, wounded about that, keeps doing that every now and again. Toby, right, let's get back underway. Toby has kept P1, he's pulled out 7/10 of a second. Top 3 have stayed where they are, Harold and Bucket. There's everyone, as Toby takes the fastest lap on the second lap. Sorry, 1 sec, boys, let me get my as Mechanical's DNF'd already. Wow, that's a big letdown from Mechanical there. Toby just made a tiny bit of contact with Harvey, eventually lose the places. Don't even ask Mechanical. Sorry, I didn't see it, mate. My goodness, he's bagging me out the games, mate. I don't know what is going on. Sorry, but let me just turn that down. It's suddenly got really loud. There we go. It's a battle further down the grid this with Harvey and Chip going side by side, trying to go 3 wide into turn 6 as Kay goes a bit deep there on exit in the background in the yellow Invicta. Harvey's keeping Chip very keen there through sector 2. Harvey's up 4, Chip already up 6 places in 2 laps there from the back of the grid. Mechanical, who was started at the back, is the DNF up to now. Chip on the stage, jumping. Oh, no. Anyway, front 3, Harold is closing down on Toby going into turn 1. It's too far back to make the move. Turn 3, very good sequence of corners as everyone. A bit of a VDV very close to Richie. Can Richie try and work? He's up 2, obviously, as he started on 2nd place. Richie also up 2, who will be on pole for the feature. As Richie goes very deep there at turn 4, we'll take a tracking validation for that. Great aerial shot of Werp and Richie there. Is VDV, sorry, not Werp. VDV chasing down Richie. VDV is a very quick driver. Keeps his nose clean in the F2. Don't really see much of him really, which is probably a good thing. not seeing, keeping your head down, doing what needs to be done, as he is in DRS of Richie in front. We've got a lead change. No, we don't. Arby just tucks in behind, only 3 attempts behind now, as Wookie is looking very punchy there going into turn 2. He'll get the DRS open, but Harold will have it in defence. Is Wookie going to try to the inside of turn 4? Looks for the overtake, thinks better of it. Oh, does not have to. Everyone on the same tyres at the moment is hindering a few, I think. Wookie does look like a quicker driver, but it's just not one of them tracks which is very keen for. It's not very keen for the overtake. If it is, it's something special. Got a few packs now forming further back. Airways Harvey, last week's winner in Harvey. No, it wasn't Harvey. I do some fucking research before I open my mouth. These are giving us a good battle though further down the grid. Every place in the feature. Bacardi. Let them three stay where they are for the time being. Mangle is battling away with Nerf and Full Send Dave. Full Send Dave doing well to defend from the 2 admin there. No Mangle missed a couple of races at the start of the season. I think it's first time we've seen him in the F2 cars. As he's being put under all sorts of pressure from Nerf in the background. In the Alpine livery. As VDV picks up first 3-second time penalty. Nice midfield battle. Point scored to 10th position, so this is for the last point scoring place at this moment. Toby has pulled a second gap out to Wookie, who's got past Harold there in 5 laps. Got a bit of a train forming behind. Woodland is on the charge on Clay. Trying to get out the dirty air of Clay in front. Trying to avoid that understeer as Harold has a big snap there as Clay in front picks up a 3-second time penalty, which is not good for Clay at all. That is just allowed Luckman to not need to make any mistake really. He will have that place, but he will want to get past as we've got a few places moving further down. Curly has found his way past Kane. I think CV Gold will be trying to get up the inside on the first DRS zone. Then back 3 stay in the same position as Kane goes quite deep. Not off the track. Wookie's pulled 3 attempts out of Toby this sector. He's catching up at a fair speed. Wait, nuts. Quite a mixture of tyres this evening. Normally we have everyone is allocating the same tyre, but Wookie, are them soft tyres starting to go off for the soft runners? Toby out in front, pardon me, is dropping back 4 tenths a lap at this moment in time with them soft tyres halfway through the race. Maybe the medium tyre was the better option as 3/4 of the grid did go that way. Yeah, I think them soft tyres are starting to scream quite a bit. Well, this track is quite punishing on tyres, as I've found out in the bit of practice I've done on the F1. So yeah, I think medium would have been the way to go there for the boys. Obviously, you're not going to if you don't try, you don't win. People thinking they could try and hold on to them as I say, that chip picks up a 3-second side penalty. Yeah, if lads can try and keep hold of them soft tyres, they would be quicker off the start, but you're not gaining much at all at the moment, as first to ninth in the DRS train at the minute. This is how tight this CDR F2 division has been up to now this season. Luckman was trying to get the move on Clay, but Clay is putting that car nuts where he wants it on the exit of 1. Does pick it up through 2, but that will compromise him all the way down to turn 4. Luckman will have the DRS. Tries to the inside, thinks better of it, just tucks back into that DRS on. Isn't just long enough. Everyone as Wookie takes Harold for the race win, as Toby drops down to P3, makes his way back past Harold up into P2, as Dave picks up a 3-second time penalty. Harold is being under the cosh by Clay. Wow, this is got the front 3, front 4. Wow, oh, Harold spun, no way. Oh, that's one guy out of that battle, but wow, this front pack here is incredible, mate. Like, let's just take a minute and just appreciate what is going on. Everyone is so close to making the move. That is how close the top 8 are at the moment. Richard see his point of view. That's everyone. Everyone makes it through nicely. Few position changes to the back. Sealy Gold has dropped the place to Curly on them soft tyres. Don't think should have chose them, as we've got a yellow flag in sector 1, which is Airways in the wall at turn 2, and is missing half a front wing, just a good measure. Has Harold got damage there? He's dropped all the way from the front pack to P18. Doesn't look like front wing damage, doesn't look like any damage whatsoever really. That car looks drivable up to now. Let's get further up the field. Oh, Luckman had to miss the braking zone completely there and nearly took Were with him. Luckily, everyone makes it through, so Were, Richie, Rapid, VDV all make that move, that place on Luckman. He drops down to P8 and picks up that time penalty in the process. He's got a big battle here for this midfield. Great driving from all the guys there, to be fair. Great racing, fair, clean. Everyone leaving space. Got a battle all the way from the start here, boys, on lap 10 of 14. That bit of track would not ring up there. Rapid, Richie, VDV and Luckman all fighting for the same bit of racetrack. Close battle for that 5th place. Where is a bit of a bottleneck there. 1.5 seconds to Toby in front. Claymore is carrying that 3-second time penalty, so we'll drop down a couple of places as Nerf Pack is the next victim to pick up the penalty. As Clay is looking at Nerf. Dog race win, going down the main straight. / king, whatever you want to call it. Is Clay going to try down the inside? Thinks better of it. Just lets Wookie know that he is stiffing about. It's Clay. Just a bit too far back for turn 4. Toby's defending from Work and Rapid. There's a bit of contact with them two in the background. That allows Richie to get through. of this train now. I think the soft runners are trying to starting to hold up these lot now. It's the tyre offset. I think that's causing these little mini races throughout. All these medium runners very close together at this moment in time. The two in front are dropping these by about a second a lap at this minute. Richie needs to try and make the move on work. He has gained quite a lot of places, these two who have gone for the opposite strap. Starting P9 and P10. Everyone following nice and close there as VDB adds another 3 seconds to his time penalties. Have a check of them later on. Front two starting to close up slightly. Is okay. Claymore will have that time penalty. Obviously, will need to pull a 3 second gap, which is quite unlikely at this moment in time. Bucket is nice and settled out in P1 as Richie makes contact, losing a couple of places in that skirmish there. Didn't see who that was with. All these lot battling for a place still. It's been happening all race long at this moment, to be fair. Just a bit of a gap now. Forming a nerve pack really. Down in P11. Chips finally. He's made up a few more places on the medium tyres. He's trying to catch Dan, but he's 6.8 seconds up the road. He tapped Toby and hit the gas. Is that Richie? Possibly. Change of position with VDB and Luckman as Clay has finally made it past Nerf Pack into turn 4. Missed the start of that move, but his rookie just needs to keep to the back of Clay there, and he will inherit the win as long as he keeps his penalties under wraps. Everyone else quite close at this moment, just sitting. No one. As Luckman trying to go up the inside of VDB in turn 6. Is VDB going to fight it? But Luckman tries round the outside. Gets the inside line for the second to last corner and makes that move stick. Luckman gets through there. VDB as we start the last lap of the sprint race here in Brazil. Sorry. Bucky's on the 0.5 half second behind as Chip picks up another as Wookie goes for the lead into turn 1. Doesn't stick his nose too far in, just lets Clay take that corner. Will he get his DRS open down the straight? He will get it open. Is he going to try and make the move? Chooses to stick behind Clay there. No reason to do anything silly as Northern Nat, aka Worth 45, who is the championship leader at this moment, up in P3, will pick up a 3 second time penalty, so that will drop him back quite a couple of places. I think there's a big scrap here with Toby, Rapid and VDB. Woodman also sticking his nose in that little battle. Everyone fighting for the final half of the point scoring places here in the sprint. Everyone doing well with that close battle. I knew that this would be a track that came with a lot of close battle into the fair through sector 2 and 3, as Claymore will take the win, but Wookie will inherit that through the time penalties. Northern Nat drops down to P5 from P3. Word takes up that final podium spot. Battles further back. Is Wab going to try and make the move on Chip? before we get to the line, he does make the move on chip and finishes in P13. Great, little overtake there from Wab. Unfortunately, P13 does not score. Obviously, any incidents will be reported, and penalties might be added on, but didn't see too much in that, to be fair, as we've got a big pile up going through turn 4, as we've got most of the grid there. Airways, not a good race at all for Airways, starting in P12, finishing last in P19, just the one DNF in mechanical, which unfortunately we missed due to either my connection, but it's very intermittent why it throws me off the game, so I'm not got a clue there. The ART of Wookie taking the top step. There's 2 Red Bull senior drivers there next to him. We've got the feature race to come next. Let's get our final results for the sprint race. Wookie does take that first spot from Clay, and Rapid, who's also up there, putting in a championship battle with Wur. Toby a consistent P4 once again. Richie, Lutman, VDV, Harvey and Dan finish out the top 10. Fulson Dave in P11, Nerfpack P12, Wab 13th, 14th Chip, 15th Vince Curley, Kane in P16, and there we go, boys. Who was last? Unfortunately, Airways coming last. No rain for the time being, looks like. So a full dry weekend. I think it's the first dry race we've had up to now. Every other one has had a bit of dashing of rain in it, just to add to the excitement. We can lock down the Brazil circuit tonight. We're going to have a new race winner, or is someone going to take that title for the second time this season? Strategy, it will be a big talking point around here. Let's see what the tyres the guys start on. Them soft tyres weren't the one for the sprint, I don't think. Just burnt out around lap 10. And medium tyres holding up a hell of a lot better in my opinion. Obviously, cars come out of Parc Fermé for the sprint, so basically guys can change setups between sprint and feature if guys think that's a different way to go. That looks like red mark tyres, is it? So I have a gander on here. Oh, we have a mixture of straps once again. There's Richie just taking his position at the front of the pack on pole. Just under 2 tenths behind us were aka Northern Nat, will be and is the championship leader. Can Richie, who everyone was tipping as they'd seen his time in time trial, can he take his first win tonight? sure we'll have something to say about that anyway. Let's just have a look. I'm just doing the formation lap. No, Richie does not have a win yet to his name in this season. Can he make it first tonight here in Brazil? Front three starting on the softs, trying to get the launch off the line. 4 to 8th, all starting on the mediums. Then you've got Harold and Toby 9th and 7th on the softs. Then you've got the number 5 behind them on the mediums. So it is a really big split here in strategies, you know. A few guys at the back going for the long stint on the mediums. Guys at the front on the quicker tyre, as we've got cars overtaking cars here in the formation lap. We don't like to see. Stay in your places, boys. It's not that hard. If someone's driving too slow, just drive behind them, as we've got Wab, Kane and CB Gould all DSQing on the formation lap. Obviously missed the marks. Let's we've got someone pointing really right there. Lights out and away we go for Brazil. Everyone, as Richie makes the move on Nerf Pack, we got Nerf, Richie and World Championship contenders coming side by side. Championship leader were going straight into the lead at turn 2. So I even missed people further back. Got to watch the front two at the start there. We've got a load of places. People going too wide, just 10 seconds damper to the 10-second time penalty for corner cutting, which I think might be disputed in the stewards' room, because this game seems to be throwing out penalties left, right, and centre. Don't worry about that, Dan. Keep your head down, mate, and we've got 19 more laps. Do not worry at all. Anything can happen. Everyone within DRS at this moment on the first lap. Let's have a look who has gained the most places. Chip from P20 up to P14 in the first lap. Well done, Chip, there. 6 places gained. You've got Wert and Richie at the front swapping places. 3rd, 4th and 5th all staying where they are. So we've got a bit of a battle further back. Wookie is trying to make the move on Luckman into turn 1. Does make the move stick. Bit of a tap there from Luckman. And Wookie comes out of that better off. Great overtake by Wookie there going into turn 1 and 2. Is Luckman going to fight it back? He's going to lose a place to Harold if he's not careful. Going into turn 4. He does lose a place to Harold. Luckman is down into P10 at this moment. Not a great start for Luckman whatsoever. Clay is putting a lot of pressure on his Red Bull teammate there in Rapid. Don't want the guys to take each other out. Good team points up to now on the board, as Toby, who we know is a quick driver, always up around the top 5 of the grid. Might be a bit unlucky at times not to get his podium yet, but he's looking well up to now in this season. Not too far off the leaders whatsoever. Richie takes the fastest lap of the race with a 177. Richie got enough pace to try and close that gap. He just closes it by just a 10th and a half. Further back, Wab is defending from Harvey, who will not be happy that far back after his fantastic race last weekend. Last week, it weren't the weekend. It was last week. This time last week, got blown by, to be fair. As Harvey goes quite deep into turn 5. very technical twist to turn is sector 2. Looking at Clay, as Toby's got past Clay as well. So Toby has split into Red Bull Junior drivers. Bucket is looking at Clay. I think Clay is on the soft tyres. No, Clay's on the mediums. Made it past Nerf Pack up into P3. Nerf Pack is carrying a time penalty already, but on lap 4. Very early to pick up a penalty that. We'll need to be careful for the rest of the race. Lucky and Clay are swapping places for a brief second, but Clay makes that place back up into 7th. Full Send Dave has just made it past Harold. Nice move up the inside, up into turn 6. Chip is up into P13 from the back. Not bad first couple of laps for him. As Harold has gone deep on the final corner, going off onto the grass. He's just lost 2 places to Chip and Mechanical. He's all over. Harvey's all over the back of him as well, going into turn 1. As Harvey goes up the inside, Harold looks like he's struggling with that car at the moment on them soft compound tyre. As Wab will probably make the move down the DRS straight. Nerf back and Toby further up, but we're concentrating on Wab and Harold at the moment. Get on board with 3rd and 4th Rapid and VDV. VDV doing a great drive there, first of the medium runners. Not doing too badly at all. Then the front two have dropped 3rd by 3 seconds though in 5 laps. It's VDV causing a bit of bottleneck there. He's not under pressure. Well, he is very under pressure, but been under pressure for a couple of laps down this straight, and the DRS doesn't seem to be as powerful as it needs to be for Rapid to make the move. Let's find out. Is Rapid going to try up the inside? It doesn't make the move. Rapid takes P3. Harold swapping places into turn 1. Let's turn the tyres off for now. This Harold going to try up the inside of Wab. Takes to the outside. On them soft tyres. Wab. Oh, Harvey does leave a lot of room there too. And Harold dropped a couple of places there. Dan will be trying to make the move on Wab. Round into sector 2 we go. Nice little horseshoe in turn 7. Nice little corner that. Pick up the power nice and early. As you're halfway through. Dropping Toby in that final sector, even with the help of DRS. VDV is the next one to pick up a time penalty. Toby's going to try and make the move on Nerf Pack down the inside. His Nerf Pack doesn't fight that place too much, but does go deep on exit, which allows Clay to get through. So that's Nerf Pack losing 2 places in the space of 1 corner. Wookie is trying to get past Nerfpack as well, as Nerfpack does take to the grass on the inside, trying to keep that place. But oh no, I think that was Luckman, sorry. Doesn't help how Nerfpack and Wookie on the same team but have different car liveries. Let's have a look who your biggest gainer is at this moment. Biggest gainer is Chip, up in P13. Then you got Cole up 6 in P12. Tolbit and Clay. Is Tolbit the first to pit? Toby is the first to throw it into the pit. Dropping places further back. A bit of a battle. Well, Harold and Dan. Dan is defending not too badly at the moment. Chip and Mechanical fighting a bit further up into turn 4. As Richie has made it back past as were there, so we've missed, unfortunately, I've missed the swap for the race lead here. That is nice driving from Richie. That just stretched out 0.8 of a second. Front two have dropped rapid by 2.1 seconds there. As Richie, for the leaders do decide to pit. So that takes Rapid to net race leader. VDB just behind. I'm sure these two are on the medium tyres. Yep. So that is 2 soft runners at the front pitting on lap 8. 11 laps on his mediums. I wouldn't imagine anyone on the mediums would be taking it past lap 12. So that is a very mixed strategy with these shorter races here in the F2. You could have gone either or there really with tyres. I don't think it will cost you too much time. There's Rapid in P1 who started on the mediums is defending from VDV, but he does have that time penalty, so he knows that he don't need to push too hard. Just keep that gap going. Big battle here. Airways, Luckman, full send Dave. Back defending well from Airways on them soft tyres. 8 laps in. Will be starting to scream roundabout now. Is he going to peel into the pits? He is. And also, he's going to have... oh, that was just Nerfpack in the pits. I thought Wootman and Airways were going to box then. Oh, as Wootman has a bit of a moment on the exit of turn 1, catches that inside curve, nearly sent him round a bit. Nerfpack, who decided to pit, is down in P17. That is how tight this grid is at the moment. Were picks up a 3-second time penalty. So what the penalty is for everyone. So, the second and fourth place both have 3-second time penalties. Dan for the corner cutting will take a 10-second, could possibly be disputed in the stewards. Just were and CDR Nerfpack with the next 3 seconds. Everyone else being well behaved on the track limits up to now. Airways is under big pressure from Luckman as he comes round the final corner. Luckman will have that DRS open. Is he going to make the move up into turn 1? As Airways got that straight line speed. Let's find out. Oh, Luckman tries to the outside, he does catch the barrier there. That was a very opportunistic move round the outside of turn 1. Don't think the space was really open, to be honest, but that was very unfortunate contact from the two there. We don't like to see that. Don't think anything was intentional from Wookie, just keeping to his line, and Luckman just went for the move that maybe the gap was always closing. That's unfortunate for Luckman. He is losing half his wing. He's lost his end plate as well, just for good measure. BDV with that time penalty is chasing down Rapid for that race lead at the moment. Everyone on the medium tyres, everyone on the softs has pitted for mediums. When will we see the medium runners pit? I reckon within a lap or two. I reckon VDV might do whatever Luckman doesn't do, Rapid doesn't do. No, they both stay out. Got quite a few gaps now spreading out throughout the field. Quite a few gaps. Richie 10 seconds behind Dan at the moment. Let's have a look at that is your pit stoppers. Richie just 10 seconds behind. Richie is within a pit stop of the front runners at the moment, so is Were and Gold. No. I'd say up to Nerf Pack, even range of the guys in front. If they don't pit soon, they're going to lose the positions, in my opinion. Get off them mediums onto the softs. We're seeing people go 8 laps on the softs. Chip's made it up to P8. Mechanical still chasing him down. Mechanical looks so much quicker out of that corner there. Great drive from Mechanical on the rears, looking after them tyres a lot better, I think. Final corner as Rapid does decide to pit. So does Wookie. Wookie's in the pits. Where is Wookie and Rapid going to come out in correlation to Richie? Let's see, Richie, Mechanicals pitted, Chips pitted as well. Were and Mechanical and Were and Richie going at it as Curly picks up a speed in the pit lane. 10-second penalty. Harvey, after a great drive last week, also up 14 places, starting on them hard on the medium compound. Let's have a look who's pitted there. Everyone up to Dan hasn't pitted at this moment, the medium runners. These are your two net leaders at this moment in time, only separated by 3.5 tenths of a second. Going through sector 2, as Richie goes very deep there. We'll be looking at that as Clay is the first of the medium runners to pit on lap 14. So does Harvey. Tries to the outside. Big lock up from Richie. Where makes that move stick. Round 2 and 3. Takes to the inside to do the defensive line. Try and make Richie go around the outside. Cuts back over to the racing line, and that is move done up to now. It will be down the next DRS zone of the main straight if Richie can make that place back on Were. As Luckman, as Nerf Pack, sorry, is the next to pick up a 3-second time penalty. We've got Luckman, Nerf, right back. I don't know what happened to Earthpack. Looks like he's ghosted, he's lost his front wing. Earthpack has had a moment there. That's dropped him right down the order there to P18, and he's going to... oh, VDV ruins his race with a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Airways, Gluckman, all your medium tyre runners are pitting. No Fandangos in the pits. Wirch will take the race lead now. Richie is trying to go up the inside of turn 1. Look, that does make that defensive line work. As you can see, VDV exiting the pits. This is for the race. Oh, safety car. Wow, I thought something had got on there. We have a safety car. Didn't see the incident that happened, but we do have a safety car. That is everyone that's pitted. Might have got away with that there, you know. Airways, Luckman. Just give me 2 seconds, boys. Right, so we have got a safety car on lap 15 of 20. 5 laps to go. Lap 16. Sorry, that is the start of lap 16. Didn't see the incident there that caused the safety car. So, how does that change things? We've got Rapid and VDV on the soft compound tyre. VDV's only got 1 lap on them softs. So he's going to have incredible grip off the start. I know VD were and Richie 7 laps on the mediums, ain't the worst, but they're not as fresh as the soft tyres in front, behind, sorry. So VDV could be in really good steady to, I know he has got that time penalty, but so was Were in P1. Airways, Luckman, further back, could have a really good shout if they have a good start. Everyone else has pitted, has very recently pitted, you know. People that started on the mediums have come out trumps here. Perfect timing for safety car. As we've got both high-techs in the pits. So, are we going to have one more lap? I think we are. Them lights are flashing away on the safety car. That's what we love to see. Curly picking up time penalties under safety car. Curly doing curly things. A few more guys peeled into the pits. Don't think that's a very good idea. Who is coming in? VDV, Luckman, Wab, Harold, all boxing. I think safety car could be in this lap. It doesn't do it like it does on the F1. It doesn't really matter if the guys have caught up for some strange reason. As we've got guys with on wet tyres. I think that's quite a mistake there from Wab. What is going on here? VDV, Luckman and Wab going on the wet compound tyres. Is rain imminent? Because to be fair, it doesn't look like it is raining. Wow. It is raining. Are we going to keep... Are these... Wow, that changes things entirely. Maybe them lot have seen something that the rest haven't. Are we going to have 3 laps of low grip in the dry tyres? What is going to happen? Wow, that has just thrown a big spanner. You can't see it from the off-board. As soon as you go on board, yeah, you go, rain droplets falling. Brazil is known for its changing weather, and it's thrown it out here as safety car is in this lap, so Wurr will slow right down, take control of the pack. However, he is on medium tyres, 8-lap-old mediums. Rapid is on the softs, but it is raining here in Brazil. So with 3 laps to go, people decided to go on wets. People staying on the hards, on the dry tyres, thinking they can hold it out. Is this rain going to stay, or is it going to just stay like this? And as Wurr, the championship leader, does take it over the line to get the race started for lap 18 of 20 here in Brazil. We've got tyres galore. No one knows what the grip's going to be like on these, as they've all got cold tyres from the restart, as we've got CV Gold moving down places. Wow, this is incredible, mate. As we've got a spinner there, that is no Fandango Airways, I think, sorry, spinning in the background. Losing a bit of his front wing. Let's have a look at the front runners, as Wurr has managed to keep them tyres going. Wow, this is insane, this. Right. Wet track, dry tyres. It was not worth the pit stop, I don't think, but it's if you can keep them tyres in that working window on this very greasy track. As Wab has made it up a couple of places already on them wets, but VDV, Luttman, Harold and Curley have not made that work whatsoever. Wab is up another place. Keep on board with Wab. See how much more pace he's got on them wets than the guys in front on the dries. As we've got a yellow flag, no safety car, I don't think in the last 2 laps. That is... who is that in the background? That is VDV on them wets, just not working, as Wurr decided to pit. Race leader has boxed on the last lap, thinks them tyres weren't working, as we've got a big battle going into turn 1 for the lead of the race here. Wow, Toby, Clay, Chip, Wookie all fighting round turn 1 and 2 in the wet conditions on dry compound tyres. Wookie tries up the inside of Rapid as they both go off track. That's a Lewis and Verstappen moment, as they just both lose places there to Toby. That is big contact there from the 2 guys. That will be disputed in the stewards' room. Everyone is going super slow at this moment. Rain is getting heavier, grip is getting less. Richie is making... Look how slow Richie is going through sector 2. Wow, this is insane. This is just who can get round. Lab's trying to get up the outside of Dan. As Luttman on the wet tyres has made that pit stop work. If you can get... He has got so much more drive. This could be a Luttman win here with the amount of grip that he's got compared to the guys in front. He is making the move on Chip. Goes round the outside, takes P4. No penalties for the top 6 at the moment, top 5. Let's keep on board with Luttman. Can he get these moves done in the final? Makes the move on Toby. That's P3 for Luttman. Luttman will take the win if he's not careful here. Luttman takes P2. He's going to get Richie on the final lap. Was boxing for them wet tyres the correct call? I think it was. Wow. What a chain of events is going on here. Luttman takes the lead from Richie. VDV makes it past. Wow, that is insane. Wait, So I speak to these lot after this. Wow. So I've not seen anything else, but this is incredible, mate. Can Wab make it up on Lutman? VDV will be killing himself now with that time penalty. If he might be able to drag it out, you know. It's only 3 seconds. He's made the 3 seconds up as Richie is getting passed by Wab. Boxing for that tyre was the correct call all day long. Wow. Talk about making strategy work, boys. That is insane. Lutman will take the win. Here in Brazil, round 4 of CDR. Lutman takes checkered flag for the win. Wow, that is a great drive. Great strategy call from Lutman. VDV in second place on the wet tyre. So is Wab on P3. Jesus Christ, that is insane. Unfortunately for Wab, Richie will take that final podium spot with the time penalties. But that is insane from the guys. We've got a few guys further down who decided to box for the wets a bit later on, but Jesus Christ. Whew, I'm not even racing and I've got a sweat on. Toby, I have no idea what happened there, lad. That is incredible. CDR never, ever fails to disappoint. That is insane. What a final couple of laps from the lads there. The great strategy calls. They knew the rain was coming in. As you can see, the rain has got so much heavier through the final couple of laps there. The people, I thought they was insane. I thought it was a game glitch boxing for the wets. They proved me wrong, they did. Wow. Let's just get these final results. I'll get the podium sitters into the chat. I'm sure they'll have plenty to say about this. So there's your race winner, Lutman. Fastest lap goes to Richie. Wab makes the driver of the day, and the most overtakes. Cleanest driver goes to Harvey. So Lutman, VDV, Richie all making the right call there on the wet compound tyres. Let's get these boys in for the interviews. Let's send the invites. 1 second. Send them invites out. Well, what an end to a race that was. That is the best I've seen in a long time. Evening Lutman. Wow. Let's just see if the other two podium sitters can join us. Evening Lutman, how's it going, mate?
Hello, bud.
How we doing, mate?
Not too bad yourself.
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Nice one. Wow, that race there, that had a bit of everything. That I think. Let's just see
Yeah,
if we
that
can
was
get these other guys in. Oh. Anyway, why it's just you, bro. Congratulations on the P1. That strategy call from going on to the wet tyres, mate. Absolutely spot on. I got them last couple of overtakes from the safety car. That was an incredible couple of laps there.
it's obviously, as you probably saw, everyone just had so much lack of grip that half the time I was only half throttle and I was still getting better exits than most of them. So
Yeah, you was
um,
making time
the
hand
defining
over
factor for
fist.
me, the defining factor for me was the 10-second penalty I had. If I didn't have the 10-second penalty, I wouldn't have pit.
I
I
didn't see you had that. Did you get that from speeding?
Yeah, speeding in the pit lane.
I didn't clock
Um,
onto that, bro. So you, wow.
yeah,
Even
so
see his what? Go on.
I decided to serve it, get rid of it, put the wets on as just a sort of a half chance, and then obviously it come down, the rain come down like it did. The track got so wet, and it sort of suited me down to the ground. But
It did, mate. It looked so greasy there. That I was, I thought that it was a game. I thought you VDV had all made an error there going onto the wets because it didn't look wet, bro, on the feed. But when you went onto onboard, then you could see the raindrops coming down, and I thought, oh, hang on. And
yeah,
it
so I was
decided to get pretty wet pretty quick there.
yeah, I was in a party chat with obviously Dan and Clay, and they were saying at the time, I don't think it's wet enough. And then within 30 seconds, they were like, yeah, it's definitely wet enough.
Yeah,
And that's obviously when I knew that I could start making some places. I didn't think I'd win it though. If I'm honest, I didn't think I'd win it, but it's a nice feeling.
it is, mate. After a podium on Sunday and a win tonight, mate, must be feeling quite good about it, about the game this week.
Yeah, we're doing all right. We're not doing too bad.
I think it might just be
Not
you
doing too
tonight,
bad at
bro.
all.
So,
Yeah, appreciate you doing comms as always, bud.
oh, don't worry about it, mate. When you put on a show like that, mate, it's worth the watch.
Look forward to watching it back, bud. But cheers for having me.
Oh, no worries, mate. You go and enjoy the rest of your week, mate.
Take care, bud.
You too, mate. You too. So that is F2, F2 round 4 in Brazil wrapped up. What an entertaining end to the race that was. Bit of rain at the end. People choosing the right strategy at the right point, turning onto them wet compound tyres seemed to pay off there, as it did for our race winner CDR Lutman. So congratulations to Lutman. Also congratulations to VDV and Richie, also on the podiums. Unfortunately, they couldn't join us tonight. So that is the F2 done for this week. I'm sure I'll hear you lot in the chat later on. But if you're not part of the league, join us for Friday Tier 1 on the F1 side of the league. That is at 8:30 on Friday. That'll be Tier 1 and 2. And Tier 3, which I'll be racing in, is 8 o'clock Sunday. So if you're there, tune in for that. Nice one for everyone who's tuned in tonight. I'll see you next week. Yep, enjoy the rest of your week, boys. And yeah, it's been good to commentate on this race once again. I'll see you next week.